to move forward, we need to look backward. So first and foremost, I'd like to mention that experience is the best teacher. In experience, in this case, I'm saying that from whatever we have gone through, we should use that to learn. We should not wait to learn from other things in future for us to experience the same problems in order to learn what to do about them. So first and foremost, I'd like to give some political examples. I'll take, for example, the post-election violence that happened in our country in 2007. We remember very clearly that after the elections, the people claimed that there was a problem with the results that were given, that the supposed winner of the elections was not the real winner of the elections. And we see that in this case, after everything that went on and all the fights that people and all the tribal clashes that were there in our country, afterwards now, during the 2013 elections, that was last year, we see that first and foremost, there was a lot of public awareness that was carried out in the country. Why? Because it was discovered that there was a lot of miscommunication between the people who are in the very remote areas, where people don't exactly understand how the government works, where people don't exactly understand the policies that are there within the country. So through creating awareness and carrying out civic education, we find that in 2013, despite the fact that people's leaders, the people from their tribes did not win, they did not fight again. Why? Because they understood that when it comes to elections and the selection of leaders, we don't look at this person is from my tribe or this person is from my home. We look at the qualities that this person has. We look at what does this person have to offer to the economy. We also see that there was a presidential debate. This was used as a ground for weighing which leader has the most credible policies in place, which leader has the best things to offer. Because we do know that when you're marketing your goods, of course you don't just tell people, buy this. You have to tell them, why am I buying the product, right? We have to tell them, why is this product better than any other product in the market? Which is exactly what the presidential debate presented the candidates with, that they were given the opportunity to tell us, what exactly do they plan to do for our country? And in that way, most Kenyans were able to tell, is this the person I should vote for or not? Then again, I'd like to take the example of the presidential eras we had before the former president, Mwai Kibaki. We had the era of Jomo Kenyatta, and President Daniel Arap Moi. So in these two eras, I think we remember very clearly that there was a problem with expression in our country. It was not exactly democratic as we had imagined it would be after freedom. With all the fighting that the freedom fighters had done, we expected that the country would move to a democratic level where people would speak outwardly, point out the mistakes of the government and correct, because it is through showing the problems that we will be able to correct them, right? But then we see that during these eras there was a lot of oppression of people who tried to speak out the truth against the government. We remember the Nyayo chambers, the Shisha chambers that were there in our country. These stories that we learn in history, we've learned during the public holidays. These are things that are always recapped, especially on Madaraka Day, right? So when we look at where we've come from and how that killed our economy in terms of giving one person the power to rule the whole country, in that they can control the economy, they can control everything to do with the politics, they have total power, we see that it killed our country. But right now, after the multi-party elections were done, in 1992. Yeah. In 1992, the multi-party elections, it gave a ground for varied ideas to be brought to the country. We see that when you have many different parties, there are different ideas voiced. You find that when you get the different ideas, you can tell what is better and what is not good enough for the country. So in this way, we learn that politically, there are better things that we can do to progress our country rather than what we've been doing before. Thank you.